This is Fred Beck from Fred Exciting. I'm joined over Zoom by Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. It's good to see you again, Stephen. It's been a few
Good.
months.
I know it's been a little while, man. The hairdo is looking good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, man.
I need to get it redone, actually. It's going to get a little bit overgrown. What do you think? Stay this color or go back to the normal kind of old color? What do you reckon?
I like this color, man, to be honest with you. I think it looks good. I
More
really
kind of
do.
blonde, the more blonde, whitey color.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. And has their hair always been short though?
Yeah, I've always has a buzz cut and it grows in a little bit. That's what I always do.
Okay, got you. But I like the blonde, man. I think it looks good, dude. Like the contrast from your eyebrows to the blonde hair. You know what I mean? It looks good.
Perfect.
I say keep it. I say keep it.
Okay. All right. Perfect then. I'll give it an out for you, Stephen. What's your, but apart from me, that's enough about myself. What about you? What are you up to?
Oh man, busy man. I've been all over the place here recently. I've had a lot of seminars I've been going to do. I just got back from Kentucky where I did a seminar with Boss Rutan. I leave this Friday for Karate Combat. Me and Boss are going to be commentating the Karate Combat, and then the following weekend, I'm taking my dad to UFC 287, which is in Miami.
All right.
So every weekend, man, it's been really crazy. So busy, man. So don't have a fight lined up yet, but we're looking to hopefully to fight again in June or July, maybe against Michelle Pajeda
All right.
is the
Okay.
plan. Yeah, yeah. So not sure when. So, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So hopefully we'll hear something soon.
That sounds quite exciting then. And injuries, you're all injury free. So shin
I am.
injuries,
I
hand
am
injuries.
injury free. My hand feels a lot better. I
Oh yeah, the
broke it during.
last one interview, your hand was like a balloon.
Yeah, it was huge, right?
Yeah.
So it's feeling a lot better. I got like a little bump there
Well, it's
from
still
where it
there
broke,
though.
but it's not bad.
That's taken a while to kind of heal, hasn't it though?
Yeah, it has because you use your hands every day just doing different stuff. So when you're using your hands, you know it takes longer to heal, and plus you don't get good circulation down in your fingers anyway because it's the farthest thing from your heart. So you don't get as good as circulation out there as you do closer to your core. So it takes longer to heal. So doing some things like actually like contrast baths with your hand, stick your hand
Mm.
in cold water and warm water, kind of back and forth helps with inflammation. Um, Different CBD creams that you can put on it to help heal it up, but you know nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that's not too bad then. It's nice to know that that's kind of the last remaining injury. It's all on the way now. What do you make of our UFC champion now? Leon Edwards versus Usman, number two.
Man, I thought it was a great fight. Great fight. Leon Edwards kept the fight standing. He did really well with his takedown defense, picked his shots. He looked really dominant. I think he looked really dominant in that fight. I actually did a UFC breakdown with Forrest Griffin and another streamer from London on the UFC Twitch and YouTube. So we were there kind of breaking it down, and it was like kind of back and forth at first, but later on in the rounds, you could tell Usman was kind of pulling it out, keeping the fight standing, picking his shots and landing his shots. So, yeah, it was Usman all day.
Mm,
Congrats to him, man. It was awesome.
mm. Do you think Usman looks a little off though from what he normally looks?
Yes, I think his aggression wasn't there like it normally is. And I don't know if it was because there's a lot of things that could be going on in his head. Could be the fear of getting knocked out again that could mess with him. It could be him being champ for so long. He just doesn't have the drive anymore. Kind of like Nunez, for example, and Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those that they've had the title for so long. Uh, you kind of see them being a little lackadaisical, I guess, maybe in their training or in their thought process when they're in the fight. But yeah, I think I've seen him more aggressive in the past, and I just didn't see that this time.
Do you think for his next fight he'll be more aggressive, or just the new style for him since he got KO'd last time?
I
Out.
think so. I really do. I think so. If his mindset is his old mindset, he's going to go out there and just fight, man, and not like it was his last fight. So I do believe that you might see him a little more aggressive just because he's not facing Leon Edwards, who is the only one to pretty much put him to sleep. So I think so. I don't know who that next person would be, but I think Colby Covington's got the next title shot, is what I'm hearing. Leon Edwards is like, nah, I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to fight you. But we'll see. I don't know what goes, who fights who next. I don't know.
You got that Masvidal storyline of Leon Edwards after he kind of hit him in the face backstage. Well, about 4 years ago, I think it was, so quite a long time ago. Why wouldn't Leon want to fight Colby? Just he doesn't like the guy. Doesn't want to give him the opportunity.
Well, yeah, that it's been a while since he's fought, and I don't see Edwards wanting to fight another wrestler. Like that's all he's fought. When was the last striker that he's fought? He's fought, grappler after grappler after grappler. So, and that's pretty much everybody in the top 5 right now. So have been, he's like the only striker and he's champ. So I think that's that. Well, I wouldn't say just a striker. He's definitely becoming more of an MMA fighter, being able to use his wrestling. He's got some submissions under his belt as well. So, I think he wants to fight somebody that strikes. I'm anxious to see what happens for the Masvidal and Burns fight. If Masvidal wins it, that's a match right there already set because the beef they had, a while ago. I think that plays perfectly, for the fans.
Doesn't Masvidal have beef with everyone except you, though?
I think so. I mean, I don't think I have beef with anybody, to be honest with you. I think Colby Covington tries to have beef with everybody, but I don't have beef with anybody. Yeah, I think I'm the only one that doesn't have beef. I heard on the Joe Rogan podcast him talk about, and he had some good things to say about me, which was pretty cool.
Certainly. When do you go back on Joe Rogan, do you reckon? You've been on there once. When's the second time?
I've been on there one time. Yeah, man. It was actually really cool. I talked to the dude for like 3.5 hours. I thought I was there for like just an hour. It was weird. It was like I was in a time machine. I was like, what, 3.5 hours? Are you kidding me? It was actually pretty cool. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to do something interesting, I guess, to get back on his show.
When he takes you on the show, like Lost Point podcasters, they like to go get their kind of assistant or kind of get the podcast manager studio, the producer, to go get them from the front door, and the podcast host will be already sitting in the chair. So when the guest comes in, they'll sit down in the chair, and the podcast will start from then. So it's when they're very raw with the person talking to them. How does Joe Rogan do it? Does he go get you from the front door? Does he take you on the tour of the studio? How does he do it?
Yeah, I mean, it was super laid back. I mean, to be honest with you, whenever I went in, he's got security in there, which is understandable. He's got like ex-special forces guys that are in there because and it's in like an area where you wouldn't even think his podcast would be. It was pretty crazy, and it's understandable why he's so got to be kind of discreet where he puts his studio because he gets crazy people, coming up to his podcast or maybe try to find out where he's at. So he keeps it kind of secret, which is pretty cool. But we got there, and he actually came to get me, and we chatted all the way to the back room. Jamie was already there, and we just sat down. He's like, "You ready?" I'm like, "I'm ready." Boom, and it starts. That's basically what happened. You ready? I'm ready. Start. Boom. There we go.
That's dope. That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, what's pretty cool about Joe Rogan and all these other guys that have podcasts like that, my podcast, there's pretty much me and Tony talking about stuff. Mm-hmm. When you have podcasts like, Joe Rogan, of course, Chris Weidman does the same thing, where they host people all the time, like every different podcast is somebody different.
Yeah.
You got to do your research on who they are, what they do. And you have to have some kind of understanding about what they do. And there's a lot of really intelligent people at the highest level in their fields that go on his podcast, and he can keep conversation going. Me, I'd just be like, chirp, chirp, chirp. I have no idea what to dive deep into what they do. And some of it's so sophisticated, like I would never even understand it, let alone have a conversation with a guy.
Do you think Jamie does his research for him, or do you think Joe Rogan does his own research?
I don't know, man. I think they have to do a little bit of both. Maybe they both do some research, but I think Joe Rogan does it. I think he's a very intelligent guy, and he's kind of out there. And I think he brings on people that he is interested in, maybe things that he's interested in,
Yeah, that makes sense, because he brings a lot of people on that no one has a clue who they are. Because you do see a lot of random names or people, you look at Instagram, you've only got 60K or 20K. But he brings on very sophisticated niche people that he thinks, everyone might find this interesting, or that only he cares about. But then people still listen because it's Joe Rogan. So it works both ways. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's really, really cool that he does that and he's able to do that. He's a very intelligent guy, so he can kind of ask the right questions for people. I wouldn't know what to say, you know what I mean? What to ask, or let alone even have time or even want to do the research, I'm like, I don't want to have to do this research, man. Come on, dude. Do I really have to do that? Why can't we just wing it? Just hang out. But I mean, the who's who on his show, which is ridiculous, man. You had Elon Musk, which was like a weird kind of one of the times it was kind of awkward. I don't know if you saw that when he had Elon Musk. It was a little awkward. And I think Elon's just an awkward guy anyway. But he's
Yeah, I thought
had
so too,
Jordan
yeah.
Peterson on. He's had the highest level
Kanye
people in the
West.
field.
Kanye West.
Yes, he had Kanye on too, which, bro, it's I don't know, all the way from just billionaires to regular Joe Blows, man.
Do you think they all sit? Do you think they all sit in the same seat, or do you think they switch the seats out every now and again?
Well, I've seen where like he's done podcasts in different rooms. Have you
Hmm.
seen that? Like different,
Well, I thought it's always the same backdrop, isn't it? Same studio.
yeah. And I've seen one where it's like he like changes rooms. It's like there's some like lights in the background, some like neon lights, and there's some where it's like a red curtain behind him, which is the one I usually normally see. I think that's the one I was in. I'm not sure which one was I in. Maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. I think it's got different studios in that one area that he can kind of jump back and forth with.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. I'll have a look. I'll look on YouTube after about all the behind the
Yeah,
scenes
check it out. Check it out.
of Jurgen stuff. Before I let you go, Stephen, I do want to get your thoughts on this. You fought Darren Till a few years ago, and he's recently left the UFC. Why do you think he's done that?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I'm not sure if he's got to get things situated outside. Maybe he's got some personal issues going on. Is he looking for another promotion? Is he wanting to go? Everybody's kind of leaning towards the boxing area or the bare knuckle right now. You got a lot of UFCs going to bare knuckle. You got a lot of these more popular guys going to the, YouTube boxing scene. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I don't know. Most of the time when guys are leaving like that, it's because they have family issue or health issues. So I'm kind of left at it all. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he doesn't really give a whole lot of information on why he's left, right?
I don't know. I don't think so either. I'm surprised he hasn't gone on a podcast at Ariel's or anyone's like that to ask.
Maybe he's got to reinvent himself. I mean, his last few fights haven't been really good.
But
He's
to be
kind of,
fair, on reinventing himself, he went on camp with what's it called Chimaev for about a year and a half, didn't he?
yeah, he did, man. He did. He's been working out with Chimaev. I don't know if Khamzat is still working there in Liverpool or wherever he's at, but um, yeah, he was up there. They became good friends. So I don't know if he's having to, stop and kind of work on some things to keep relevant in the UFC because he's had some losses, some really close ones, but he still had some losses, and he just didn't look the same. He kind of came out there and not in real good shape. Maybe that's just him at 185. I don't know. Because when I fought him, he was shredded. That was him at 170. He still didn't make weight, but he was shredded. He looked in shape. His mindset looked really focused and kind of, but he hadn't seemed like that recently.
Mm. It's odd. There must be a reason for it. A lot of people are saying, or who are people telling me, in kind of my world, that he's left the UFC to go to a boxing fight with Logan Paul. What do you make of that?
I think that would be, I mean, smart on his part. I think he could really make some good money. Um, I think maybe that's why he's let out of his contract. I mean, I don't know if he was being honest with the UFC. I don't know if the UFC would just let him out of contract just to fight boxing. But that would be cool. I mean, I hear KSI is wanting to fight Jake Paul now. I think they're talking back and forth, which is
Wait,
crazy
it's
because
Logan
KSI
Paul,
and Logan.
Stephen. It's
Say that
Logan
again.
Paul.
Oh, was it Logan?
Yeah. KSI fought Logan a few years ago. They're mates now, but Logan Paul's Darren Till, they're in a fight together, which is meant to be at the end of the year.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. See, I did not. How did you know about that? Have they been talking back and forth on social media or something?
Well, a lot of people tell me behind the scenes, they're kind of letting it go loose now.
Wow. Well, shoot, good for him, man. Go for it, dude. What the heck? Well, I'm here, Logan. What the freak, dude? I think we would put on a better fight. Come on, man.
Do you think Darren beats Logan?
I don't know. I think so. I think he's a big body. He's got a good mean left hand, good right hand. I mean, I think it's left hand, good left hand. But he's not known for his boxing. He's known to kind of just like wait it out and just fire his left hand. He's not known to put really big combinations together. But we'll see. I think that would be a good one. And it's been a while since Logan's fought. Been a really long time since Logan's fought. Well, I'm gonna say really long time. His last fight, who was it?
It was Floyd Mayweather. I think it was 2020,
Yeah, Mayweather. What year was that?
2021, I believe.
Yeah. So it's been a little while. But what would be more exciting, and I think Logan Paul would be better at this, would be MMA. For him to use his wrestling credentials out there and his striking, I think he would be a force, man. Logan would be very good at MMA. You know, I saw the wrestling, that was a while ago against Paulo Costa.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah, he looked like Paulo looked like he had his hands full for sure. And he looked strong, man. To be able to go against Paulo is a very powerful guy. And Logan was kind of was doing really well in some of the grappling exchanges.
He's spoken to Dana White a few times about doing something with the UFC. Obviously, Prime sponsors the UFC. But going back to the boxing fight, obviously Prime, Logan Paul's business or company, they do sponsor the UFC now. I think it's Monster Energy was the main drink, but then now they switched up for Prime. But going back to the point of Logan and Darren Till, do you think Logan beats him? Darren Till edges it?
I think maybe, I don't know, man. I think Logan could have a shot. He's an athletic dude, very athletic. Darren Till's he's I don't know, man. I don't know where his mindset is. His last few fights hadn't looked good. So it could be 50-50 right now, to be honest with you. If it was the same Darren Till, the same guy that I fought, I would say Darren. But since Darren Till, his mindset hadn't just been the same his last few fights, I think it's the perfect time for Logan to take that fight. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Logan a little bit if that fight's going to happen. Because Logan, man, he don't care who he steps in front of. He's going to go out there and fight whoever. And he's an athlete, a crazy athlete. Very strong. He looks like he's in great shape. I think it'd be a fun fight.
Certainly, yeah.
Logan, man, the Paul boys are doing it, bro. The Paul boys are just, I said the Paul boys are just rocking out there, dude.
Yeah, they're going for it. Anything they put their mind to, okay, I'll do that now. Let's do it.
Say that again?
Anything they put their mind to, they're like, okay, we'll go do that now.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Exactly. I mean, they made a crazy deal with Prime with the UFC, and I think they're just, they're rolling in the dough with Prime right now. I think it's great for him and KSI.
You had any?
I have, actually. They've actually sent me some stuff. Prime hit me up on Instagram. I was like, hey, bro, you need anything? I was like, dude, heck yeah, love. He's like, then they were like, I don't know who's behind it, but they were like, hey, I'll send you out some stuff. So me and my bro, Tony, we love it.
I'll read that.
Yeah, we had the energy drinks, man. I'm crushing it on the reg. They're like kind of Gatorade type drinks, which I think is good. I like it.
So I like it too. I think it is nice. I mean, it can't not be nice, because if people didn't like it, they probably would say. And everyone does seem to like it, so it seems to be doing all right. But Steven, what do you say about the Prime?
Yeah, because every time I see a kid come into the karate school, they have a Prime in their hand.
Oh, really? Here in England, it's the opposite. No one can get it here. It's impossible.
Why? KSI, isn't he from England? I don't understand why they can't get it, because he's part of the jam, right? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, it is a little bit annoying, to be fair, about the Prime situation here. I think partly it helps you keep it exclusive as well. If you keep it down, and people are always thirsty for it. But that probably helps as well. Because America, I've been in the shops, this is unlimited, where in the UK, you might find one or two bottles, and that's on a lucky day.
Oh, wow. No way.
Man.
So
you never know. But apart from your fight, which you saying June, July time, anything else on the rise of yourself?
No, man. I mean, a few weeks ago, it was pretty fun. We did a Jose Cuervo commercial with Kevin Holland, which was pretty cool. Got to spend some time out there on the show with Conor McGregor, which was awesome. So, I mean, that's kind of where I've been. I mean, I'm getting back. I've been training, but I haven't been consistent with my training because I've been gone for every other weekend pretty much. So, getting back in the swing of things and getting training, getting back in shape. Looking, hopefully, like I said, to fight in either June or July. I'm just itching at the bit to step back out there again. So, yeah, man, looking forward to it. And I appreciate you having me on the show, bro.
Make sure you're a fan favorite. I remember last time I put on Twitter, I went to see Wonderboy Thompson, and I haven't had a positive reaction like that in ages. How many people are like, oh my God, that's Wonderboy Thompson. How'd you get him? No way. I was like, he's an OG. He was on my channel when I was like 500 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
You're one from the start.
I appreciate it, man. Dude, like I said, anytime have me on, bro. I love chatting with you.
Do you have the plaque? I'm on about 75,000 subscribers now. Do you have the plaque yet? For 100K in your
No,
channel?
not yet. So I have the 100,000 subscriber one right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we are close to 500,000 subscribers right now. And I think it goes, do you get a plaque of 5? I don't think you get a plaque of 500,000. They should. They should go 100. They should have a 500,000, and then they have the next one is just 1 million. So you got to go from 100,000 to 1 million. Come on, man. There's got to be a 500,000.
Well, I think it goes to 5 million then, and then 10 million.
Oh, is it 5 million next?
Look it up. I think it is 5 million. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it?
What? So it's 100,000, 5 million, bro.
It's called YouTube play buttons. In order. Oh yeah, no. It's even worse, Stephen. It goes from 1 million to 10 million.
Okay, so 100,000, 1 million, and then to 10 million.
Yeah.
Golly. That makes it difficult.
9 million subscribers up.
How many people have like what was the red one? Like the 100 million one? I think
it's gonna be like a couple. Oh yeah. No. The red one is was a 50 YouTube custom play buttons at 50 million.
Oh, okay.
That's quite a lot, but even 50 million is still quite a bit. I don't know how many people have that. For about 100 YouTubers, maybe max.
Yeah, I've seen like PewDiePie had it. Mr. Beast has it. He's got to have one.
Yeah, that's the only thing cool I can know off my head. Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, this is Indian channel out there. I forgot their name.
Yeah.
I forgot their name though. I think they're on about 110 mil. Apart from that,
I feel like they force their people to subscribe to them. Subscribe to the channel or die. I don't know.
It's a good way to get subscribers. Do you afford doing clothing? Do you do clothing, Stephen? Merchandise?
Do I do clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have we have our own store, online store, pitchblack.com, pitchblackfightsports.com. We have some really cool clothing line as well. We're kind of wanting to spread out a little bit more and getting more into that. But yeah, we do.
Okay, I'll put the link to that in the description then. I didn't know about that. Anything else? That's it really. I'll see you in June, July time after your next fight.
Yeah, man. Let's do it, bro. But I appreciate you having me on, my man.
Awesome, Steven. That's great. Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy.